A truly incredible place. Now, it's time for a look at the weekend sport. Our League Two teams were back in action. Let's see how they got on. And elsewhere, Somerset's Lando Norris has won the Hungarian Grand Prix. Now the big question, what about the weather? Here's Philippa. You can tell it's the school holidays. That's it from us. We're back tomorrow. We do hope to see you then. Bye for now. Somerset's harbour master has warned local young people against jumping off harbour walls as more boats flock to the area. The son of a campaigner who worked to encourage people to grow their own food says the cause will continue despite her recent death. Sarah Venn died after a long battle with cancer, but her son has taken on the Edible Bristol project. Robert Murphy reports. Solomon from North Somerset Council, who's thrilled with the latest developments. A teenager has admitted setting fire to 7 specially adapted minibuses in Taunton. More than 2,500 people have signed a petition calling for Yeovil's maternity unit to stay open. An artist has become so inspired by Bristol, he spent the past few years going out in all weathers to paint different street scenes around the city. Peter Brown, who is also known as Pete the Street, has even had work commissioned by Banksy. Victoria Davis reports. Incredible work. Now, don't forget, after the news, it's the West Country debate with Lucy McDade, who'll be speaking to the region's newest member of the House of Lords. Now, let's take a look at the weather with Charlie. Thank you, Charlie. That's it. We're back tomorrow. Bye for now. Good evening. Plans to reinvent one of the region's best-known but long-neglected attractions have been given the green light. Weston-super-Mare's Tropicana is set to be transformed into a 5,000-capacity venue.
Well, North Somerset Council says work is due to start in the coming months and will be completed by next summer. In a moment, we can hear from one of the people involved in the project. But first, Ellie-Louise Ringe has been looking back on the Tropicana's highs and lows. Well, will it be the answer? Earlier this afternoon, I spoke to Mike Solomon from North Somerset Council, and he told me how good this latest plan is.
In other news, the bereaved mother of a Cheltenham teenager says she's hopeful the law will now go further in allowing parents access to data from their children's phones. Ellen Room's son, Joel Sweeney, took his own life 3 years ago after what she believes was an online challenge that went wrong.
Well, Ellen has been meeting with ministers today to discuss Joel's law, which would make it compulsory that social media data is automatically preserved for an inquest when a child dies. Kathy Wardle reports. Well, next tonight, the trial of a man accused of murdering 2 men and attempting to dispose of their remains at the Clifton Suspension Bridge has collapsed and the jury has been discharged. More than 2,500 people have signed a petition calling for Yeovil's maternity unit to stay open.
It's emerged a house in Gloucester, devastated by a ruptured water main, was up for sale for more than £1 million. Recently, you may have noticed the price of salad items going up. Some of our summer staples have risen by as much as 40p in the last 2 years.
Well, one greengrocer in Bristol says they do their best not to pass increases on to their customers. So why is this happening? And are we likely to see price rises even further? Chloe Oliver has been investigating.
You don't realise, when you see it like that, 40p extra for courgettes.
It's huge, isn't it? Yeah, the comparison between just in 2 years.
I know.
It's a lot of money.
Fortunately, well, we don't eat too many courgettes in a house of boys, not
So
to stereotype, but we're okay. We're okay.
Now, a Somerset pensioner who's living with dementia has joined forces with his 10-year-old granddaughter to help explain the condition through social media.
68-year-old John Hyde from Clevedon says the videos they produce have given him a new lease of life. He believes any cure will come too late for him, but he hopes one day it can be found. Richard Payne reports.
Oh,
wow.
What an amazing team they are.
Everyone here, everyone's just like quiet when we're watching. This is why we love this job so much, to see families like that. It's
amazing.
Just incredible, incredible. It's so heartwarming. And on Saturday, John and his family will be attending a special event called Let's Talk Dementia at the Watershed in Bristol.
Yes, our very own Alex and Seb will be there too when it starts at 10:30. It runs all day, is full of information and help and is free.
Now, more details have been unveiled today about St Paul's Carnival, which returns to Bristol this summer with a series of scaled-back events.
Villagers in Dorset, hoping to save their local pubs, say they're very close to being able to reopen it. Those behind
has become so inspired by Bristol, he's spent the past few years going out in all weathers to paint different street scenes around the city.
Well, Peter Brown, who is also known as Pete the Street, has even had work commissioned by Banksy and is about to release a book of all his Bristol paintings. I caught up with him by the M32. Wow. He is such a nice guy, and he said that his favourite thing is when people come up to him and say, that's exactly how I remember that street.
That's amazing. They are amazing.
Yeah.
You didn't take one of the pictures?
No, I didn't. They go for quite a bit of money, so no, I didn't.
But yes, lots of wonderful pictures there that really capture the essence of the city.
Yeah, nearly time to find out what's happening in weather. It's forecast. Thanks, Charlie. Well, that's nearly it from us. But just before we go, the region's newest member of the House of Lords will be one of the guests on our political show, the West Country Debate, later tonight with Lucy McDade.
And the West Country Debate is straight after our late news, which starts at 10:30. That's it from all of us here.
Yep, after the break, the ITV News continues with Charlene White. Good evening.
Bye-bye. Today's ITV News West Country with Ellie and Alex.
Thank you for joining us. Your headlines tonight.
Good evening. Drug dealing in the town centre, begging and antisocial behaviour, not what Glastonbury is known for. But business owners say trouble has reached an all-time high. It got so bad a churchyard in the High Street was closed for a month.
The local MP, Sarah Dyke, has now raised concerns in Parliament and met with senior police officers, saying no one should be feeling unsafe. From Glastonbury, Richard Lawrence reports. Do you know, if you do live there in Glastonbury or in the surrounding areas, let us know, because of course you've got first-hand experience of it and some of the reasons that you feel it might be happening as well. There's a QR code just there, that was smooth, but the email address is there as well. So let us know your thoughts. Right, we move to other news now, and two men have been found guilty of the murder of a man from Yeovil who they mistakenly believed was a convicted paedophile.
4 people have been taken to hospital following a crash in the centre of Bath in the early hours of this morning.
Now, this is very moving and important. Some of the biggest names ever to grace a cricket field did so again in a corner of Bristol today in a bid to show support for one of their own. David Sid Lawrence, who, as many of you know, is battling motor neuron disease.
The former Gloucestershire and England fast bowler is bravely fighting a condition which currently has no cure, while also increasing public awareness of it. Richard Payne has been in Downend for what proved a memorable day. What a moving day.
That must be quite something for him, mustn't it? To see all those people gathering
Everyone
together.
there.
Courtney Walsh flying in as well.
Flying in like that. What?
Yeah, really special.
What a moment. Now, you're watching ITV News in the West Country and you're with Alex and Ellie. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, and starting the weekend as well. It's officially open. Still ahead, Charlie's got the weekend forecast for you. How's it looking, Charlie?
Busy.
Okay, and that's all coming. Now, when you last had fish and chips, did you maybe notice how expensive it was, gawping at the price perhaps? Well, on National Fish and Chip Day, which is today, a shop owner in Bristol says his costs have doubled.
Yeah, tightened fishing quotas, vastly reduced fishing fleets and climate change are all being blamed, and it could see some chippies going out of business. Chris Conway reports. We do take it all for granted, don't we?
Oh, we do, yeah.
Now, a film producer from Frome has produced a documentary highlighting the impact the Ukraine war is having on the country's children and families.
Many families have lost everything. I caught up with Kaylee Page Reese and started by asking her what the film's all about. It's called We Are Home.
Amazing.
Phenomenal.
Now, the ITV News continues at 6:30. Here's Lucrezia Millarini.
Yeah, that's all coming up in about 13 minutes' time. But first, Muslims across the region have begun their Eid celebrations today with family and friends. Eid.
Now it's being called the biggest derby clash in a generation. Bath Rugby host Bristol Bears this evening. The winner goes through to the Premiership final at Twickenham.
And our sports reporter Rossana is live at the Rec for us. Age-old rivals, aren't they? Head-to-head tonight, Ross. Ross, thank you so much for that. Good luck. Now, Charlie is here. Charlie, you're going to be reflecting, aren't you, on the recent weather we've had and what it means for us?
Yeah, that's right. Let's start this week.
Charlie, thank you so much and have a brilliant weekend. Now on ITVX, we've been looking back through our archives and a report on the dangers of platform shoes. Now on ITVX, we've been looking back through our archives and a report on the dangers of platform shoes.
Well, to watch more, you can head over to ITV. From all of us here, I'll be back at 10:30.
Yeah, and after this is the ITV News with Lucrezia.